So, with these basic challenges that I have just run through, childhood diseases, hunger, malnutrition, you would now understand why the brain I showed you earlier is much different from the brains of the children in this school. You know, I listen to my children, and I have two who attend school right here at St. Andrews. And they tell me about the wonderful cooks who provide special meals every day. Turkey at Thanksgiving, cakes for students who celebrate a birthday, Starbucks friendlies, and the latest addition that I learned about recently, Salad Works, down the street, and all the options that Middletown has to offer. And I'm frankly very grateful. And then I return to South Sudan, and I think of all that remains to be done to get disadvantaged children to a healthy meal, to one healthy and nutritious meal. And I ask myself, can this generation end hunger? It would be easy to be pessimistic about our chances, but as the moon landing portrayed, a perfect storm of positive factors. What are they? Innovative ideas, dedicated people, scientific breakthroughs, and perhaps most important of all, political resolve can turn a dream into reality. Today I'd like to tell you why the story of South Sudan is turning into one of hope. Why I am more optimistic than ever that we are at a tipping point where the future of baby independence and South Sudan can be secured. I want to keep it simple, so I will not talk about how we work or how we can work with farmers, smallholder farmers with 1 or 2 acre plots to produce more food, or how to build feeder roads that will connect farming communities. No, I want to talk about 4 simple reasons why we can unleash permanent solutions. Just 4 simple things. The first one is humanitarian action. When disasters hit any community, we must save lives. We must provide water, food, and opportunities for these communities to get back on their feet. More than 50 years ago, the global community decided that when individuals are denied the right to food for any reason, which is a denial of the right to life itself, a helping hand will be extended to those in desperate need. And the World Food Programme, the organization that I've been working for the past 17 years, is the United Nations agency charged with that responsibility. When disaster strikes, the WFP, operating on the front lines of hunger in the deepest field, often in the most hard-to-reach places, where no one else operates, has to move quickly to get to those in need. We are not alone. We don't do this alone. There are other organizations within the UN system and outside of the UN system who are involved. The UNICEF, I'm sure most of you know UNICEF, the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, and many international partners, including local partners, who work together to achieve this. So the first one is humanitarian action. We must always respond quickly to those in need. The second thing I'd like to talk to you about is the first 1,000 days. What is the first 1,000 days? As I mentioned before, science has irrefutably proven that when children under the age of 2 do not receive proper nutrition, they suffer permanent damage. When children are undernourished, their earning power later in life can decrease by as much as 50%. And in fact, I have seen studies that have said that, and a lot of this work was done in Latin America, all over Latin America, that countries, as a result of undernutrition, lose anywhere between 5 to 10% of nations' output, GDP. The first 1,000 days between a woman's pregnancy and her child's second birthday offer a unique window of opportunity to shape healthier and more prosperous futures. The right nutrition during this 1,000-day window can have a profound impact on a child's ability to grow, learn, and rise out of poverty. It can also shape a society's long-term health, stability, and prosperity. I don't know, especially to the children, if you've heard about the Copenhagen Consensus. In 2004, 8 world leaders in economics, 4 of them Nobel Prize winners, met in Copenhagen to discuss and establish priorities for tackling some of the world's toughest challenges. They announced that improving nutrition is the best investment that can be made in global health and development. In fact, in 2004, this group ranked hunger and nutrition only second to HIV and AIDS pandemic, the pandemic at the time. I encourage you to read up on the Copenhagen Consensus, 2004, 2008, etc., in your spare time, especially the students. You will be surprised at what you would learn. Many heed the call in 2004, and today there are some special products, you see one on the screen, that can be used to very quickly, within a matter of 90 days, treat moderate acute malnutrition. And other products are being developed all over the world that can help prevent the problem and also encourage food diversification, etc., that will contribute to addressing this problem. Now, the third thing that I want to talk to you about very briefly is school meals, the power of school meals. We do not have to wait for emergencies. School meals are an important investment in the next generation and serve as an important tool to break the intergenerational cycle of hunger. We have factual evidence that school meals increase school attendance. I'm sure you know this very well here in the United States. And it is even more true in developing and underdeveloped countries. I currently have staff who work for me in South Sudan who were only able to receive an education because of the promise of a school meal. And this is in particular with the girls. Evidence from school feeding programs or school meals programs in many countries suggests that attendance of girls after the provision of school meals goes up by 15–20% easily in most societies. But even more important is the fact that the odds of having a stunted child decreases by 5% for every additional year of formal education that a mother receives. So if we want to address what I showed you earlier, we have to help get girls in school. The basic hygiene, the basic things that mothers learn will prevent their children from being stunted. This is the power and influence of something so simple, something that we take for granted, food. I should quickly recognize someone who passed away recently, Senator McGovern, and former Senator Doe, who were champions on this issue around the world, and who sponsored what is called the McGovern-Doe Fund that supports countries with school meals programs around the world. And lastly, the fourth point I want to make is the power of individuals, like the students of St. Andrews, parents, etc. Not until nations, leaders, citizens of our global village, and young people like yourselves say, no child should die of hunger under our watch, will hunger be defeated. While most of you will not know or have not experienced hunger firsthand, I know some of you, the students, in your service travels with the school, would have come close to seeing hunger in maybe Haiti, in Nicaragua, South Africa, and other places you have visited with your teachers. But I can also probably tell that some of you are probably thinking right now, but we are just students. What real difference can we make in this larger-than-life challenge? Helen Keller, the deaf-blind American author, political activist, and lecturer once said, the world is moved along not only by the mighty shows of its heroes, but also by the aggregate of tiny pushes of each honest individual or worker. So today I'll tell you two simple things that you students can do to help eradicate hunger and malnutrition. The first is to help to fundraise. There are a number of different ways in which you can help to fundraise. First, have a go at freerice.com. You can find it on the internet. You can play this game, a competitive marathon, from the comfort of your dormitory. But please do this only in your spare time, after you have done all your homework assignments. Freerice.com is an online game that helps you build your vocabulary, or even practice for your SATs. For each correct answer you give, 10 grains of rice are donated to the World Food Program to feed the hungry. The second thing, start a campaign or hold events. You can do anything from tweets to concerts to what we call a WFP Fill the Cup campaign. You can see that on the internet, or simply through Facebook. Joseph Henry, a graduate from the University of Alabama, didn't like any of these ideas, so he decided to run from the US Capitol in Washington, D.C. to the University of Guelph in Canada in an attempt to raise money to feed 500,000 children through sponsorships. The second thing is volunteer your time to raise awareness about hunger. You can join or help create a WFP student network group. You can recruit members to become WFP student representatives, promote the issue of hunger during campus-wide events, in your dormitories, in your halls, and in your courses and lectures. I encourage you, students, to take back to your homes and to your communities what I have tried to share today. Share that knowledge and share your passion for helping others and for ending hunger.